I'm on. Taking care of business every day. Joseph Mascitto.
You got it right.
Yes, I am. Albert Grabowski, and guess we have a tag along, Nick Wallenda.
The world famous.
Well, wait. We forgot someone.
Dave?
No, me.
Well,
My name's Todd Saylor.
Todd Saylor.
And I'm your morning host. And I'm grateful to be here. Dave said I could come back and do another show after that last week's zoo.
In memory of Dave.
He's doing motivational stuff.
Yes, he's in Texas. He's learning these Zig Ziglar methods of inspiring people to perform better in business.
Right, but the little background on Nick Wallenda and Dave. You realize that Dave actually was inspired so much by the Niagara Fall walk. I don't know what was that. What's he mean by that? What'd you do?
About 3 years ago, I was in New York and I walked right up to the edge of Niagara Falls and looked over, and kind of. Well, I actually decided I was going to walk over it.
You decided
on a wire,
just on a whim.
It was. Well, actually, it actually started a long time before that. Actually,
yeah, but I know you were upset about that whole deal because they made you put
had to wear a tether.
Yeah,
that's right.
So, anyways, enough about Nick Wallenda right now. We have to talk about Dave Coffin. He named one of his business.
May I ask Nick a question?
Hang on,
please?
I got to get this promo out because had Edge, exceptional discipline generates excellence. Dave really wanted me to tell.
Look at
Nick,
that logo. It even has that wire walker.
There's
on
no copyright infringements there, is there, Nick?
There might be actually.
Well,
let me step out of the room and call my lawyer.
I know,
real
but
quick.
there's no buffalo jeans, and this guy is not as fit as you.
Do you have Dave's
Dave's
info? Maybe
Dave's out of the state.
That's all right. We can reach him there too.
Yeah, but he was so excited, and I'm embarrassed that I actually got you on here without him being here.
Nick, can I ask you a question, if I may?
Sure.
I actually do watch you, although I do close my eyes. When you're out in the middle and you're walking out there, and the world is like, you're the focus of the world, so to speak. What goes through your mind when you're in the middle of that wire? What are you thinking about?
Not a whole lot.
Never had that question before, have you, Nick?
No, I mean,
really focused on what I'm doing. I have to focused on training. It's all about being prepared and being ready beforehand. Training for worst cases. Training. I train here in Sarasota with wind machines that create winds up to 120 miles per hour.
Wow.
So it really is. It can become sort of a surreal feeling. Time sort of stops almost, but when it's over, it seems like it happened in a blink of an eye.
Does it get quiet up there for you, or
it can become peaceful at times? And I know that sounds strange. My great grandfather said it best when he said, "Life is on the wire, and everything else is just waiting." For our family, we've done this for 7 generations, 200 years.
That's right.
Started in the 1780s. I started walking the wire 2 years old. Well, just under 2 years old. My mom was 6 months pregnant with me and still walking the wire. So it's something that I've done my literally.
Is it a passion for you? Is it a business for you?
It is a little bit of both. I have passion for what I do, for sure. It's what I love doing, but I also have passion for business, and the business side of it is a big part of it. There's a lot of wire walkers out there, but very few are known worldwide. Have had the opportunity and the blessing to build a worldwide brand like I have, and really that comes from the business sense, not from the wire walking sense.
So my admiration for Nick is his business aptitude. You're going to want to talk about like Niagara Falls, and you're going to want to talk about.
No, actually, I'm interested in the business.
Yeah, Grand Canyon and spinning wheels and all this stuff. And I'm not going to say that it's boring to me, but we've seen him do it. He's amazing at that. But how does he get these things done, Al? You got to understand.
He's got a great support staff.
That's right.
That's right.
He is my friend. And one of the things we talked about when we did our first intro meeting was of this stuff he's asking, which everybody wants to know as well. But he looked right at me, Al, and he said, "Listen, I'm not afraid."
Well, and I'll kind of elaborate on that. You can't be afraid to do what we do. Those that are fearful, it's just like, going into, I do a lot of live TV. And when I first used to go into those studios, I would be nervous. Well, when you go in for those interviews and you're nervous, you can't operate properly.
Right.
You can't communicate properly.
Right.
So it's the same thing, but this is actually, much more dangerous.
Your life
It's
is on the line.
That's right. So it's very important that I'm trained and prepared for the worst case. Are there nerves before I get on that wire? Heck yeah, there's nerves.
Yeah.
There better be nerves. Elton John, one of the best entertainers in the world. I've been told he pukes in a trash can before he goes on stage every single time.
Huh.
It's for one, it's respect for the audience, but it's respect for what you do as well.
Yeah.
And if you don't have that respect, if you become complacent in my world, you can lose your life. So it's important that you always maintain that respect.
And then
Are there times of fear that fear creeps in? Absolutely. Of course there are. I get hit with 53 miles an hour winds, 1,600 feet up above the Grand Canyon. Yeah, nerves are going to kick in when that happens, but I can also counter those nerves. And it's all about, I talk about a lot about positive thinking and the power of the mind, but it's really about counteracting those negative, in my situations, those negative circumstances that come up and counteracting that with, hey, yeah, you got hit with 53 mile an hour gust. However, you've trained for 120 mile an hour winds. Well, that applies to life as well. If we're prepared for that next challenge, if we're prepared for that business meeting when they throw out that question, if we have that answer ahead of time, then it's not an issue. So it's all about being prepared and ready.
So Joseph, I love you, man. I already told the whole world I have a man crush on you. So
I thought you said it was 6 listeners, Todd.
Well, they are part of the whole world, right?
Okay.
See, this is why Nick's Mr.
Now I'm more
Serious
nervous,
over
Todd.
there.
I found out it's the whole world.
This is what I love. Nick, he's a great guy, but Joseph, my man crush guy. So you're part of this role.
It's kind of creeping me out.
I know,
with his
man.
man crush. I mean, he is not letting go of that.
I have to, because I'm so proud of this kid. So your job, when we were going to do this show at BCS, Nick was fabulous, and he did a great show, and he's so attention to detail. But you're the one that's helping him stay focused and hold that iron focus on detail, discipline. And it's not
the
just
engineering mind.
So let me give a little background. So me and Joseph were basically raised together in the same neighborhood. We have family, so we're extended family. And went to school, the Tabernacle Private Christian School here in Sarasota, all the way through middle school together. So
My
became
job was
best
to
friends.
keep him from getting in trouble.
That's right.
That's
Yeah,
what I did.
breaking
you
up,
were the fighter.
breaking up fights. And
Oh,
such.
yeah.
Are you the same age? You're the same age. then,
Joseph's
right?
1 year older than me,
Yeah.
and a heck of a lot smarter. But so
Good
we
for him.
we would.
Well, he is.
That's why I'm not
Actually.
on the wire.
That's true. So we became best friends growing up, and once we got to the age of going off to school, I had actually planned on going off to become. I wanted to go to med school and become a pediatrician because my parents had told me at that point that there was not really a future in the entertainment world, in the circus side of the entertainment world, because it was struggling financially and the struggles that went along with it. So I was planning on going off to school, and we can talk about how I got back into the realm that I am. But Joseph went off to college to become an engineer. And it was a lot of time apart. We were best friends. We were always together before that. Pretty much every weekend, if I wasn't traveling with my parents on the road, we were together. And also throughout the school week. So Joseph went off to college, became an engineer, and came back to Sarasota, got a job at Crawford Williams Engineering, and engineered for how many years?
17.
A long time.
So
So the whole time, as he was traveling, or as I was traveling, he was staying home. I would always say, we need to get you out of that office and you need to start traveling with me. Well, I was trying to build a brand where I could afford to take an engineer with me on the road.
you need an engineer, Nick.
That's right. So eventually it got to the point where I was able to say, hey, why don't you come with me? Why don't you travel with me? Why don't you kind of take the business side, the lead of what we're doing?
That's awesome.
And Joseph did for about 2 years. He was with me, and I knew it was a short-term thing, but to me, Joseph doesn't belong in an office. He belongs out in the field. He's way more social than sitting behind a desk and crunching numbers.
Isn't it? It's one of the blessings of life to have a very close friend like this.
A wingman.
Absolutely.
It's just so important.
A
to have
wingman,
that one
Al,
person.
just like you and I.
we just met.
I know, but it's
Right.
budding.
It's timeless.
So Joseph,
That's right.
so Joseph shows up with Nick. We're doing this whole production, detail. So a side story: Nick was supposed to do a commercial. Do you remember this? To promote the show,
Okay.
and you
What?
show, yeah, not this show,
Just a localized commercial
a local
for
for BCS and
Yep.
the fundraiser. And this is where Nick or Joseph and I were watching Nick prepare for like a 30-second shot, right?
Correct.
Nick takes off, walks across the playground, right? In his buffalo jeans and his coolness. And I'm like,
Coolness.
and I'm like, Joseph, what's he doing? He goes, he's a freak about detail. I said, well, I guess you're right. This is literally something Al could memorize in like a nanosecond. That's how simple it was.
I guess that's a compliment, Al. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know,
And-
Nick.
and
Think
Nick,
Todd's
it's-
making
it
up this
sounds like-
conversation.
It's well, wait a minute. It's poofery. Okay. We already covered that
That's
at the
true.
beginning of the show. So it's legal. It's accessible on the show. So Nick, I mean, he's like driving this 30-second montage. Boom, 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 boom. Nails the detail. Joseph comes back. That's what we do. That's what we practice. I'm the guy. We're going to do this. I'm going to finish that story. And Nick, you're going to stay with us till the end of the show, right?
I'll stay with you a bit longer for sure.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we got to get to some more. So we got to go to a hard break. Eric, here we go. Thank you. WSRQ Radio signing off. We're coming. No, we're not signing off. This is because I'm a rookie. I don't know what
My
to
goodness.
say. Hey, listen.
We'll be back.
We'll be right
We'll
back.
be back. WSRQ Radio. Nick Wallenda. Amazing.